In Excel 2010, Microsoft released quite a large number of new functions. Most of these functions fall into the engineering category, so they're pretty specialized. But there are some changes to some of the more frequently used functions, and one of them would be an if statement. An if statement can be nested, and often I teach people how to nest if statements, but the one thing I have to say to them in Excel 2003 is the maximum number of if statements you can nest is 7. One of the changes in Excel 2010 is you can now nest up to 64 if statements. So those of you who use if statements will be pleased to know you're no longer restricted to 7. You can go hard out now up to 64. But with regards to new functions, there are 3 new ones that I think most people could use. If you're a user of the SUMIFS function, you're going to love the new SUMIFS, AVERAGEIFS, and COUNTIFS. Now I'm going to take the AVERAGEIFS function as an example because they're all pretty much the same. What I want to do here is I want to average the house prices, but only if they come from Kawerau, and only if they have 2 or more bedrooms, and only if, yes, they have a garage. So in B15, I'm going to put equals sum if, and notice the new one, sum ifs. Oh, actually no, let's do average ifs. So I'll double click that. Now the range I want to average are the house prices. So I'm going to highlight B4 to B13, and I want to lock that in, so I press the function key F4 and then comma. Now we can put our criteria range in our criteria 1, our criteria range 2, and our criteria 2. And the difference between this function and the earlier ones is that in the SUMIF and the COUNTIF you can only have 1 criteria. With these new ones you're allowed up to 127 criteria. So my criteria range 1 is the list of cities, C4 to C13, and I'm going to press F4 to lock that in, and then comma. Now the criteria that goes with C4 to C13 is I could type Kawerau in double quotes, or I could actually just click A15. So that's my criteria 1 that goes with criteria range 1, which is C4 to C13, and then comma. My criteria range 2 is the list of bedrooms, so that's D4 to D13, and I press the function key F4 to lock that in, and then comma, so that I can now type my criteria 2 to go with that criteria range 2, which is double quote greater than equal to 2, double quote. So there must be a number greater than equal to 2 in D4 to D13, and there must be a match with A15 in C4 to C13, and those are the ones that will be averaged. Now my third criteria, comma, is this range here, E4 to E13, and I'll lock that in, F4, comma, and my criteria 3 is double quote, yes. Yes, there must be a garage. There must be a yes in E4 to E13, there must be a number greater than equal to 2 in D4 to D13, there must be a match with A15, which is Kawerau, in C4 to C13, and if all 3 are right, then it will average those house prices. And the main thing with these new functions is you can go up to 127 criteria, even though I'm stopping at 3. So the average house price for a house in Kawerau with 2 or more bedrooms and a garage is 600,000, and I can then fill that down. So that's the average ifs. Now the SUMIFS works the same way, it's just that you would use the word SUMIFS. So equals SUMIFS. The range I want to sum is that range there. Lock it in, comma. Criteria range 1 is this range here. Lock it in, comma. The criteria that goes with it is A15, comma. Criteria range 2 is D4 to D13. Lock it in, comma. Double quote, greater than equal to 2 bedrooms, comma. And criteria range 3 is E4 to E13, lock it in, comma, and the criteria is double quote, yes, double quote. And so the sum of the properties, the total value of all the properties in Kawerau with 2 or more bedrooms and a garage is 600,000, and those are the sums for Whakatane and Tokoroa as opposed to the averages. And when it comes to COUNTIFS, Again, if I just want to count certain ones, equals COUNTIFS. Count if that range there, lock it in, comma, double quote, oh no, A15. Count if that range there contains kawarau, comma, look at this range here, lock it in, comma, double quote. Let's go for something different. Greater than equal to 3 bedrooms, comma, and then this range here, lock it in, and let's say we want no garage. So no garage in E4 to E13, a number greater than or equal to 3 in D4 to D13, a match with A15, which is kawarau, in C4 to C13. There are 2 properties in kawarau with 3 or more bedrooms and no garage. And let's just have a look. Kawarau, 3 or more bedrooms, no garage, there's 1. Kawarau, 3 or more bedrooms, no garage, there's 2. This one has a garage, so it doesn't count. And so that's that. So in Excel 2003 we had a COUNTIF function, 1 criteria, a SUMIFS function, 1 criteria. In Excel 2010 they created a SUMIFS, COUNTIFS, and an average if, and an average ifs. And those ones are quite useful. If you just want to sum certain ones, just count certain ones, just average certain ones, and if what defines what you're after is 1 or up to 127 criteria, then those are your functions you need.